Today, anybody who beats me in PvP, I will trade them any shiny from my account. We're here at Go Fest. So many trainers here. Let's see who can cook. Any league, we can choose a theme if you want to. Great League, Ultra League, Master League. Yeah, I can choose too if you want. You want to do Master League?
Sure, Master League.
Okay. Damn, he's choosing the big leagues.
Okay, here we go. We got a Mega Rayquaza into a Mewtwo, but little does this Mega Rayquaza know I do have Ice Beam. So I'm going to go straight for it, go for the active surprise. Boom, he's going to go ahead and shield. This is not good now because he can honestly go for a full farm down and have a lot of energy. We're going to throw the Slice Strike here because he'll still do a lot of damage. Mega Rayquaza has an insane attack, but not the best defense, but he does get a full farm down. The problem here, though, for him is that I have the Zacian. The Zacian locks up the Mega Rayquaza, but I forgot how much Dragon Ascent does. Look how much damage that does to a Zacian, even when it is that double resistance, single resistance? I'm not even sure. Anyway, he grabs 2 Dragon Ascents. I'm able to bank a move and switch into Palkia to snipe. Now, he has no shields, which is a good position, and he brings in the Regigigas. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to show you, Regigigas is garbage. Do not use this thing in the Master League. It has the worst fast moves. Goodbye, Regigigas. I don't care how your CP is. In the back, it is a Groudon, but he did end up using both his shields on the Mega Rayquaza. And this is where Palkia is going to be able to do a lot of damage. GG.
Hey, you know what? GG's, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the battle. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck with Go Fest. Hopefully you get some good shinies, bro. Do you want to battle?
I will after this.
Okay, we got another challenger. Let's go. Okay, second challenger. What's your name?
Shay.
Cher? Shay. Okay, here we go. Lock in, lock in.
Okay, jumping into the battle, we have Fortress against Morpeko. Great lead for Fortress. You can look at that bug bite damage. And then we're going to go ahead and save swap into our Sableye as he responds with a Quillfish. Or not a Quillfish, sorry, a Wishcash. Anyway, going to hit us with the Mud Bomb. We're going to go ahead and answer back with the Foul Play. Mud Bomb hits Sableye hard, but look at the Foul Play, how much that is hitting. Now, they're honestly in a pretty good spot for a farm down. So I'm going to get a little greedy here, and I'm going to decide to shield the Sableye. I'm going to go for the farm down, and we're able to get it. This is huge. We're loaded on energy. In comes Buzzwole. I can hit with a Dazzling Gleam. This will confirm a shield, or it'll completely knock out. Gonna go ahead and grab the shield, and I will let him farm down. Not before I get to this Foul Play, though. You might think this is resisted, but honestly, that still would have done a lot of damage. He actually decides to shield it. Anyway, we have Galarian Corsola. This is actually like a rank 5 Galarian Corsola I was able to get from a trade, which is huge. But Galarian Corsola absolutely locks down Buzzwole. This is not really gonna be a problem. Just have to wait for the switch back into Morpeko, which is a little bit scary, but we can go ahead and answer that with our Fortress. Go ahead and no shield here. And at this point, the game is over. We can go ahead and throw this Rock Tomb, but it doesn't really matter. Galarian Corsola would have been able to sweep the game. Anyway, Buzzwole's gonna come back in, gonna go ahead and farm us down, but at this point, we have the Power Gem loaded, and even then, Fortress, or sorry, Buzzwole wouldn't be able to do much.
Hey, GG's. Close game, actually. Close game. I appreciate it, bro. Okay, my guy Mohammed, here we go.
Okay, next up against Mohammed, gonna be in the Great League again. We got the Shadow Sableye lead into the Shadow Drapion. Funny enough, we were talking about Drapion before this battle, so I had a feeling he was gonna bring it, and I decided to bring it as well. We both bought the Drapion. So nonetheless, here, gonna go ahead and tank the Aqua Tail, no problem. Hit back with the Dazzling Gleam. That's gonna grab a shield because that would have done a lot of damage. And I'm gonna try to catch the Aqua Tail on the Feraligatr. I was a little late on the catch, but still he decides to throw the Aqua Tail, which was big. He's bringing in the Serperior, which is scary, but we are able to hit the CMP tie on the Ice Beam, which is huge. That would almost knock out, but it's not going to knock out. And this is big now because they let that through. I can actually farm down, and Feraligatr energy goes a long way. So we can farm down. In comes the Drapion, but I forgot he had residual energy. So I'm actually going to decide to shield here. Maybe in hindsight should have done this, but this allows me to get this Hydro Cannon off, which again, Shadow Feraligatr, just an absolute beast in terms of damage. I don't want to get farmed down, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly respond with my own Drapion, or Drapion, however you want to say it. Nonetheless, he's going to throw the Aqua Tail. We can tank that. I'm going to go ahead and decide to overfarm it. In comes the Feraligatr. We almost had mirror teams, except for the Serperior and the Sableye. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Crunch. It's going to be big damage. At this point, I'm just going to opt for the Aqua Tail because this would allow me to get a little bit more chip damage. In hindsight, probably shouldn't have done that because that allows him to overfarm a little bit, but still the Poison Stings gets him really low. I'm not even sure he can get another move off. We can throw in the Sableye here, get the single farm down, and in comes the Drapion. I'm able to get here to the Foul Play. I'm not sure if this is going to knock out, but this is going to get really close, and I'm going to go ahead and seal the deal with the catch. Honestly, don't even know if I need that catch, but catching the Aqua Tail there allows me to now farm down. But that is the GG's.
Dude, yo, honestly, closest game today, bro. GG's. Thank you for the battle, bro.
Hold on. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, we found somebody to battle. I'm set. I'm ready.
Oh, ready?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, up against the man True Inferno in the Grey League. He's leading Altaria into our Sableye. I love the move update on Sableye because now it has Dazzling Gleam, which means the dragons, like Altaria, are no longer a problem. Look at that damage. This absolutely completely flips the matchup. I'm going to go ahead and decide to shield. Sableye is still pretty healthy, has a little bit of energy. At this point, I can go ahead and get a huge advantage, even though I'm down 1 shield. In comes the Swampert at this point. He's running an OG team here. We're seeing some old Great League mons. Nonetheless, can throw the foul play, go ahead and grab the shield because that would have done a lot of damage. And at this point, Sableye has done its duty. Now we can answer with the old water type versus the new, for Alligator being the new goat. Going ahead and throwing the Hydro Cannon versus the Swampert. For Alligator beats Swampert in CMP tie, which is great because if we are on the same cycle, which I do believe we are, I will be able to win this matchup every single time. So I'm going to go ahead and CMP tie him again for another Hydro Cannon. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and swap in Drapion, whether he lets it go or not. Oh, actually, he had no shields. And in comes Gligar in the back. Gligar still on wing attack. Should definitely switch that to Fury Cutter, the new better move for Gligar. But at this point, I can go ahead and shield the dig. Whether he throws a dig or not, I am able to get to the Aqua Tail here. And that is going to be a GG's.
GG's, bro.
GG's.
Thank you for the battle, dude.
Yeah, thanks for the battle.
That was close, dude. That was close, actually. If I didn't have a shield, bro, I would have been cooked.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been cooked, man. What meta you want to do, bro?
Let's do Max.
Master League?
Yeah.
We're battling Muhammad. Here we go, Master League.
I'm getting that shiny Skittle.
Bro's taking the shiny Skidoo off me. Okay, he already knows. He already knows.
Okay, here we go. We got a Master League battle with an amazing lead, leading the Dawn Wings Necrozma into the Mewtwo. Now, he only threw 5, so I know this is a Psy Strike. I can go ahead and no-shield this. That is not going to be a problem because Shadow Ball is what we are scared of. We're going to go ahead and farm up here. Don't really need the Moongeist Beam, a little bit overkill, so we can just simply throw a Dark Pulse, and then go ahead and pretty much commit to the farm down at this point because he's deciding to stay in with the Mewtwo, which means he might be weak in the back to the Dawn Wings. So gonna go ahead and come in. He brings in the Ho. At this point, we can throw the Moongeist Beam, and he's gonna go ahead and decide to shield. I thought he didn't shield that. I forget how this game went, but we can get to another Moongeist Beam. This thing is an absolute beast when shields are down, or honestly just to grab shields, because goodbye Shadow Ho. I believe that was a Shadow Shundo Ho, Shadow JT Gilly. Actually, funny enough. Nonetheless, he throws the Behemoth Bash here, and at this point, this game is over because we do have the Play Roughs here into the Zamazenta, and there is not much he can do. I just need to get to one more Play Rough. I have an extra shield. I just throw the Behemoth Blade, and that's a GG's.
Yeah, GG.
Hey, GG's, bro. Thank you for the battle, nonetheless. That was fun. We're battling Kieran right now. Let's do it. Master League. Let's see what we can make happen.
Dude, I got my Honda Necrozma on here.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Okay, here we go. We got the Mewtwo into the Black Kyurem. Not a good lead. We're going to say switch into the Palkia, which is risky, but he answers with the Dawn, or so the Duskmane Necrozma, which is a Hundo Necrozma. He did mention that. Going to throw the Aqua Tail. He's going to opt to shield, and at this point, I am just not going to shield anything here. Palkia's gotten a shield, which I didn't really even expect it to do, so at this point, I'm kind of happy. So we're going to go ahead and throw another Aqua Tail, just going for some chip damage here. He's going to let it through, and he's going to get a hefty farm down, but he's actually going to throw it the last second. That is huge. He thought I was going to get to another Aqua Tail, which I don't think I would have. I'm not 100% sure, but we're able to get the thing low. So nonetheless, here he's going to save swap, save that energy, and bring in the Yveltal. We have the new Crown Zacian. With this thing is an absolute beast. He's going to throw the Oblivion Wing. Zacian just completely locks down Yveltal. I'm sorry, Yveltal, you have nowhere to run. We are going to destroy you. Nonetheless, going to go ahead and throw a move to grab a shield, a Play Rough, and he's going to continue to throw Oblivion Wings. I'm not shielding anything here because, again, this is all resisted damage. Rather keep my shields. We're able to get to a Play Rough here, which will easily knock out. I honestly, Behemoth Blade probably would have knocked out because that move is broken. And in comes the Dawn Wings at the end, and I'm able to get to the Behemoth Blade. So I go ahead and shield the Sunsteel Strike, grab the last farm down, and I remember in the back is the Kyurem, which Behemoth Blade will destroy this thing. No problem.
Good game, bro.
Dude,
That was
GG's,
awesome.
it was close, man. It was close. Yeah, the Zacian kind of had your team, but it's all right.
See me later. We should do another match.
Yeah, if you see me, hit me up, bro. Whatever you want.
Yeah,
Master
I'm Primal Evolved. So.
Okay. Oh, damn, he's got the Mega. He's got the Mega. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Okay, bringing in another Master League battle, starting with the Dawn Wings, safe switching into the Zacian because we see a Greninja lead. That is not a Pokemon I expect to see in the Master League, but this thing honestly does pretty well against our team. Nonetheless, we're going to bring in Zacian, which has an insane stat product advantage here, and we're just going to go ahead and throw Behemoth Blades because even if they are resisted, Greninja is such a frail mon, and Behemoth Blade is such a broken move that this wouldn't be a problem. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab a shield and just sacrifice the Zacian because this thing is going to take a team effort to take down. So I decide to bring in the Palkia Palkia, just go for the full farm down. This is not a problem here. I can no shield this. It will be a Night Slash, which will hit, but again, we have just so much bulk on this Greninja, it's not too big of a problem. In comes the Rayquaza, and this is huge because he's on Air Slash, which means the Dragon Breaths are doing insane amounts of damage. Throwing the Aqua Tail just for chip damage so he can't get to a move. He's going to no shield it, and in the back is the Primal Groudon. Now, normally this would be scary, but Palkia absolutely destroys Primal Groudon because it is double weak to the fire type because of the ground and fire typing. So just 2 Aqua Tails and a couple Dragon Breaths, and that's a GG's right before he throws a move, but I decided to no shield it. No problem. Precipice Blades, goodbye. We have the Dawn Wings.
Hey,
GG's,
bro. Thank you for the battle.
Cool.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun,
That
man.
was.
Dude, I hate Greninja. I will always hate Greninja. Here was my guy Robert, running it up the Master League. Have fun. Good luck. Here we go.
Okay, we got the Melmetal into the Mewtwo for this battle. Not a good lead, so we're safe switching the Palkia. He's bringing in the Rayquaza as an answer, but again, I don't believe he is on Dragon Tail, so this is really big for us. We're able to simply take out that Rayquaza, no problem. In comes the Melmetal now, and this thing is annoying against my team. So the plan here is just to go ahead and Aqua Tail chip away and hope our stat differential is big enough. Now, they do have double Iron Bash and Rock Slide, unless it's like Superpower. I'm not sure what this Melmetal is running. It looks like Rock Slide and Rock Slide, I guess. So we're just gonna go ahead and let the Palkia go and bring in the ultimate wall, in my opinion, to the Melmetal, which is the Zacian. The reason being, its stats are so big and it's a steel type. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a Behemoth Blade. He's gonna opt to shield it. He's really preserving this Melmetal because I think he's realizing how well it does against my team. And I'm gonna go ahead and just decide to no shield all of these Rock Slides. Now he does decide to throw a Superpower at one point, which is the better move, but the problem is it does debuff his defense, which almost puts him in a range now where I can farm down, and each one of these Superpowers is gonna do less and less damage. So I bank a move on the Zacian, and I switch into the Mewtwo. I no shield the Superpower, and I'm gonna go ahead and go for a greedy farm down with the Mewtwo. Now I'm loaded on energy. He brings in the Garchomp. I have Ice Beam on this Mewtwo. Goodbye, Garchomp.
I got the Ice Beam, bro. I had it. Yo. Oh no, Melmel's still alive. GG's, bro. Thank you for the battle. We're up against Christian now. Christian, right?
Yep.
We're doing Master League. Let's go. He's got all the Master League Pokemon, bro. You ready?
Okay, here we go, up against Christian, which supposedly has some good Master League mons. We can already see it with the level 50 Kyurem coming in. So we're gonna go ahead. We got the Dawn Wings, the Necrozma, throw the Dark Pulse. I actually didn't build up to the Moongeist Beam, so that was a little bit risky there. And the fact that he shielded was pretty big, but you know, obviously maybe he was nervous or something like that. Nonetheless, gonna go ahead and now be able to get to the Moongeist Beam after opting for one shield. This will either grab the shield or the KO. It grabs the KO, and now he comes in with Necrozma. He's able to get a hefty 4 Shadow Claw farm down. Now I don't really have the best answer because this thing is a little bit scary. So we decide to bring in the Palkia, and later do I realize this was definitely the incorrect play. Gonna go ahead and no shield the Dark Pulse. We can go ahead and take that, and we're just gonna go for the chips with the Aqua Tail. Gonna go ahead and do a little bit of chip damage, and he's gonna be able to get this knockout with the Dark Pulse. Now I decided to put it all in the big man, the new man, the Zacian in the Crown Sword form, and we're able to go ahead and farm down. But no, the enemy of Zacian is in the back. It is the Ho-Oh, the last Pokemon I wanted to see. Now, can I pull this back? We throw the Behemoth Blade, go ahead and grab the shield. Now, I don't really know how much Behemoth Blade does, even when it is neutral, as this is a new move. Can this KO? This move does do a lot of damage. Let's see. It barely does 50%.
Let's go. Let's go, bro.
GG's. He got me, bro. Okay, well.
Congrats.
Here you go, bro.
Let's go.
Look through it.
Let's go.
Make your pick. Okay, there you go. Shiny Mudbray for Ponyard. 500k.
Yep.
There you go, bro.
Thank you.
Good. What if it goes lucky, though?
Imagine.
That'd be insane. Here we go. What am I getting? A Skidoo?
Oh, no, I give you a Ponyard.
Yeah, let's go Ponyard! Fairest trade in history. There you go, bro.
Thank you.
Fair and square.
Thank you so much. That's it. Doesn't matter. It's still really cool.
Enjoy
Thank you, bro. I
golf.
appreciate it.
We're battling Jonathan.
Yeah.
Bro, he's so easy to beat. Today,
I heard that, by the way.
and
It's
tomorrow.
not true.
You
We'll
can
talk
free fight.
after this battle.
Yeah, we're doing costumes only. I don't have a lot of
I got
options.
some options. I got a lot of good stuff.
Okay.
PvP battle starting now.
Okay, here we go, jumping into a battle with JT Gilly, costume Pokemon only, coming with my Phalanx, and he's gonna safe switch into the Charizard. As you can see, most of my mons not powered up and double moved because I do not double move my PvP or my costume mons. Like, why would I? Anyway, gonna go ahead and no shield. He's just going for the overheat. We're able to grab a shield versus Charizard with phalanx, which is pretty big. And this sets up a huge farm down for Lapras. Gonna go ahead and preserve the Lapras. I know he's debuffed, but to be honest, Overheat is just such a hard-hitting move. It hits for neutral, so I'm just gonna shield it, preserve the health. What is coming in? We're loaded on energy. It's a Raichu, which you would think is pretty scary, but I am loaded up with these Surfs, and having used Raichu in the past, I know how glassy this thing is. Like, just look at this Surf. Is this Surf gonna knock out? Almost knocks out. Now he's going to go ahead and throw a move. I commit to the Lapras because I know that honestly Lapras is my best mon. The rest of my mons are kind of weak. And in the back, he has Blastoise. Now, this is kind of scary because I don't have the best answer to this, but we can take a Hydro Cannon and I can get to the Skull Bash. Now, this is going to do big damage. The problem, though, is my Absol in the back cannot take a hit. So we're going to bring it in. We do have Thunder on the Absol, which would absolutely one-shot the Blastoise. But unfortunately, it is the frailest mon. And it's going to be down to a farm down.
Wow, man.
No!
That is
No!
Let me take that shiny off your hands. I'm gonna take that shiny off your hands.
I'm about to lose a Pokemon now. Okay, what do you want?
All right, I'm gonna take a shiny off you, but I won't.
Do you want to look at them?
Oh, no, I won't be mean.
You can take anything. Literally, the sign says any shiny.
Give me a Charmander. Charizard. Thanks, Daximus.
Okay, Charizard, that's your favorite.
Appreciate
anyway,
it.
right? So.
What a terrible trade.
Oh my god, 14,
Wow.
14.
Fat
Wait,
L.
you just got a lucky
If I get a
Charizard.
Shundo, I'm jumping in the garbage. Speaking of garbage, that's terrible.
That's bad.
We're doing Master League.
Okay. Everybody loves Master League.
Yeah, dude.
Woo!
Let's do this.
Woohoo! Let's go. Good luck, bro. Have fun.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, jumping into the next game, we got the Dawn Wings versus the Annihilate in the Master League. A Pokemon I didn't expect to see, but a Pokemon that will do a lot of damage. We're going to go ahead and no-shield the Rage Fist. That does more than 50% damage. That is not good. Build up to the Moongeist Beam, and I'm going to go ahead and bait with the Dark Pulse. Probably should have just gone for the Moongeist here, but this actually does allow me to shield and get to another Dark Pulse, which can allow me to grab a shield because of the stat differential. Now, he does make a great catch here onto Kyurem, which is really, really nice, preserving the Annihilate, and now I'm able to answer, though, and punish this thing with the Zacian. Now, Kyurem, though, I did forget, this is the white version, so it does have Fusion Flare, which does so much damage. I did not expect to do that much damage. Definitely should have shielded and gone for the full farm down. Nonetheless, Behemoth Blade grabs the knockout. I wait till I get really low so it doesn't get a lot of farm, and in comes the Annihilate. Now, he does have a decent amount of energy here. I'm going to opt to bring in the Palkia. The reason being is I think I can get the farm down, and he banks even more energy. In comes the Necrozma. This is where I go straight for the Spatial Rend. Maybe I should have baited, but no, he decides and thinks it's the bait. I'm also able to make a huge catch here to catch the Moongeist Beam on my own Necrozma, and this definitely seals the deal as in comes the Annihilate. I'm able to throw the move here, which honestly he did have a shield. I props him way too early because he opts to shield, but doesn't really matter. It's a GG's.
Not going down easily.
No, bro, he's got a shield. I forgot.
Yeah, man.
GG's, bro. GG's, appreciate it. We're battling Zach. Zach's our next challenger. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Here we go. Another battle. Artibax into Jumpluff. A great lead. Honestly, actually kind of a neutral lead, I would say. But if I'm able to land an ice type move, this would be big. He's going to go ahead and throw the Air Lace. I can no shield that. And I do have Icy Wind on this Artibax. I think the better move is... I think it's Avalanche. I'm not 100% sure. Nonetheless, I throw the Icy Wind. I don't think he expected that, which was interesting because technically I am an Ice type, and he brings in the Lapras. Now, Lapras is pretty scary for my team. I'm able to go a little bit of chip damage here with the Dragon Claw, but I do allow him to fully farm me down, which was not a good play by any means. I definitely should have switched out earlier. Nonetheless, I decide to bring in my own Jumpluff, and I'm scared of the Ice type move, so I decide to shield here, but he just throws the Sparkling Area. Now, the thing about this Lapras, though, is it could not have an Ice type move, so I decide to no shield and bank on that, and he decides to throw another Sparkling Area. So my guess is that he has Skull Bash, and he's not baiting up that he has Ice Beam. I go ahead and throw the Air Lace because I do believe he's an Air Lace in range, or at least close, because I am a Shadow, and I just want to get this Lapras out of here because this is how we're going to be able to win this game. Nonetheless, I get some insane, absolute insane Go Fest GBL lag, and my game just completely freezes. Apparently, he's playing the game, doesn't think it makes a big difference. I then shield in his face, and he throws a Blizzard, so he didn't have Ice Beam, but he actually had Blizzard the whole time. Interesting. Definitely go ahead, and good thing I shielded that, and I can take out. Now, in the back is the Shadow Drapion, and this actually seals the deal for me. He does decide to CMP tie, but this is actually better for me because it allows me to get less farm. I don't really know what happens there at all. Oh, I survive on 0.01 HP. In the black, I bring in the Gligar. He does have the Shadow version, but I'm able to get to 1 dig before he gets to 2 Aqua Tails. He decides to throw a Crunch anyway, and that is a GG's.
Dude, that was close though.
It wasn't.
Yeah, dude. You put Ice Beam on your Lapras?
Yeah.
You would have had me.
it.
You would have had
But
me.
I clicked the sparkling water by accident. Pleasure, brother. Take care, man.
Enjoy. Our next challenger is actually the man who's been behind the camera this whole time, and he thinks he can take me down. Our final challenger.
What shirt's coming
My guy,
off?
Unk.
He's got the merch.
Yo, same.
Twin? Oh my god. Why are we so close?
I don't know.
You're a little weird.
Let's go, Unk. Again, he beats me, he takes any shine from my account. I beat him, I take any shine from his account. Bet? We're friends, by the way. I'm not just robbing some. I'm rinsing some rando right now. Here we go.
Let's go! Virizion into Talonflame!
Okay, huge lead. Virizion into Talonflame. Say switching into the Tina as he answers with the Feraligatr. Now, this is not really the best response because he does his Ice Beam, and he's able to bait me on the first one, which is huge. Nonetheless, Feraligatr is weak, so he's still going to have to go ahead and shield these Dragon Claws, or else I would be able to farm down because I do believe I'm on Dragon Breath, if I've seen that right. Nonetheless, he then able to fully get me with the Ice Beam, but I'm able to hang on and throw the Dragon Claw. So this match is by no means over. It is 1 shield to 1 Feraligatr going down. Now, I decide to make a risky play here, and I bring in the Talonflame. He's able to get a Hydro Cannon, but this is big because I'm banking on Talonflame being able to sweep what's in the back, and in the back is a Galarian Weezing, which is really big for us, which means Talonflame has a lot of play. So we land the Brave Bird, we say switch to bait back out the Virizion and bring in the Drapion. Now, obviously, Drapion does not do well against what is this thing? Virizion. But honestly, Virizion doesn't hit that hard back. It can hit with Sacred Swords. He actually ends up tapping on the wrong move by accident, he told me, and throws the Leaf Blade. Definitely should have thrown Sacred Sword, but nonetheless, I go ahead and just spam the crunches. Now, the play here is if we can get the crunch debuff, we might be in a good spot. I am a little bit nervous because he does still have a shield. He throws a Sacred Sword, and we are able to land and snipe one Incinerate. This is big now because he brings in the Galarian Weezing, but Galarian Weezing is honestly in a farm down range, so I'm able to farm it down, and at this point, one Incinerate should KO. As long as he doesn't have Stone Edge here, which I don't believe he does, we can take the win.
No! Let's go!
No!
Let's go!
Hey, it's all right, bro. GG's. Thanks for the battle. If you guys enjoyed the video, watch the other 2 videos on screen. We'll catch you all next one. Fall for dips. Peace!